right, well, we are live. Hello, everyone. This is OJ here coming to you with another episode of Crypto Corner. This is episode 78. It is Wednesday, 16th of October, and I'm here again to discuss the latest crypto news, give you my commentary, and a quick market analysis on what is currently going on with crypto in general. Of course, Bitcoin is the main crypto that I'm always covering, but that is not really the case lately. We've been actually talking more about Libra than Bitcoin because there's a lot of controversy and a lot of news surrounding Libra. And today is no exception. One of the main news today is about Libra. So let me quickly give you a run through what are we going to be talking about. This is Crypto Corner Daily, by the way. This is where I have all of the news published on a daily basis. You can access this. The link is in the description box, so make sure that you check this out. And you can even subscribe to this and receive notifications in your email when there is a new edition. It comes out daily. So there are a few articles about Libra that I've included here in my selection. PayPal, this was one of the first big names to leave Libra, and now we have another 5 companies that are also departing from Libra. Also, I'm going to be talking about Cryptopia is getting into liquidation. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was another exchange, coin exchange, that I was reporting about shutting down. Now Cryptopia is going into liquidation. It has been closed for a while. It was hacked a few months ago, so I'm going to touch on that as well. There is a major article here that I want to draw your attention to about SEC, CFTC, and FinCEN, 3 major financial regulatory bodies in America joining forces against crypto, forcing regulation on crypto to be kind of regulated similar to the banking sector. And I'm going to talk about that, whether this is actually a regulation or whether it's in fact something else, which I suspect. Also, one of the few good news, probably the only good news that I will be discussing today, is this article here. Satoshi, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, is being added to the Oxford Dictionary. So this is good news. And this is pretty much the overview on today's topics. Now let's go into the markets and see what is currently going on with Bitcoin and the crypto in general. Okay, let me remove my camera so that you can see. As you can see, in fact, we are on a very, very red day today. So everything is on the red, pretty much. Not everything, but pretty much. Ripple is kind of, holding there. It's a very small decline, but Ripple was actually pumping yesterday. It was up 5-6% or something like that. So today is in a decline. It reached 29, almost 30 cents, which was quite a good thing for many people who are trading it. Bitcoin in fact dumped, and not majorly, but it dropped by more than $300. Just before I started this video, it was under 8,000. I see that right now it's just touching the $8,000 mark, so it is trying to recover a little bit, but pretty much we are in a bear market at the moment. We are still in a bear market, and as I suspected and I reported not long ago, it was actually a few months ago, I was talking about the fact that even when it was going to the 12 and 13,000, that seemed to me to be more of a corrective wave rather than a bull market. And I suspected that Tom Weiss, another an analyst who is in fact very bearish on Bitcoin for quite a long time, I suspected that he might be right, that we are not really experiencing a real bull market, but it was a corrective C wave. That is, how the Elliott waves go, and the correctives are ABC. So we had completed a B wave, and we are now in a C wave that could actually take us quite low. Now, I don't really agree with the predictions of taking us below the 6 or 7. In fact, right now, many people are expecting it to go below the 7,000 mark. So we will see how this plays out, but I don't really think we will be going below the 6,000 mark. So this is something yet to be revealed. We see that Ethereum is down 3%, Binance is down more than 4%, and a lot of the other coins are around 3, 4 to 5%. So it is not a major dump, but it is in fact, quite a red market for all of the coins today. So this is currently what's happening. We see that the general altcoin market is still in a bear market. So this is a bear trend here. We can see that they have recovered a little bit in the last couple of weeks. They have been a small, uptrend, but we're currently correcting down from that as well. Also, on top of that, the Bitcoin dominance, it is in a decline, but it is still over 60%. So as I said in my previous videos, until Bitcoin dominance drops below 50%, we are not really going to experience a significant bull market for the altcoins. We're not really going to see a proper out season. So this is where I currently stand, and I still maintain that view. Now, let's go through the news. We have one of the first news is that there's been 5 more big names departing from Libra. Libra is the Facebook cryptocurrency project. As you know, I've been talking about it for quite some time in the last few videos. In fact, in each of the last episodes of Crypto Corner, there have been news about Libra. So you're probably well aware of that. The US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said backer standards. First of all, I want to ask, to be honest, these regulatory standards are only put in place to secure that the banking sector will not really see any strong competition. And as soon as Facebook announced Libra as a stable coin, they felt threatened because with a lot of the altcoins, they can't really be threatened necessarily because a lot of these altcoins don't really fall in the same paragraph as the money that these central banks are issuing. These, they're not stable, first of all, and as being, as much as they're volatile, many people are not really feeling secure to be investing in altcoins. This is why altcoins were never really a big issue for the banking sector. Libra, however, coming from Facebook with billions of users and being completely worldwide, is really threatening that status quo. So this is why they are really jumping against it, and they're talking about regulations, but in fact what they're doing is they're trying to suppress it. So it is more of a manipulation rather than simple regulation. This is my take on it. Mnuchin, the US Treasury Secretary, said that he thinks that they realized, well, this is how he presents it. He thinks that these companies realized that they are not ready and they are not up to par to be part of the Libra, and he assumes that some of these partners got concerned and dropped out until they meet those standards. Now, this could be partially true, but we're talking Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, eBay, and Mercado Pago, which is big supermarkets chain. So all of these, after also PayPal, which I reported 2 weeks ago, PayPal also was the first one to. So I think they're really worried that if they continue their association with Libra, the banking sector and the regulators are going to come after them and are going to really give them a hard time, which is going to be hurting their business. So of course money talks, and this is what's happening. They're trying to protect their profits and everything. It's not exactly a regulatory concerns, if you ask me. Now, the next head, and let me just continue here. There is a couple of things that I also need to read from that article. So this is an article that I have on the current edition of Crypto Corner Daily, but also you will find it linked in the description box here. So the withdrawals, these businesses withdrawing from Libra, followed by a draft report from the G7 working group on the global stablecoins, evaluating projects like Libra as a potential threat to the international financial stability due to the regulatory challenges. These challenges are in fact the central bank's manipulation to suppress competition and not really about protecting customers. I must say. The Libra cryptocurrency payments project is shaking up central banking, according to the head of Sweden's central bank, which is also working on creating e-krona in the near future. E-krona is going to be the digital currency of Sweden. So, speaking on CNBC, the governor of Riskbank, Stefan Ingves, said that the Facebook Libra project has been incredibly important catalytic event, forcing central bankers to reconsider their primary product, money. So as you see, they're actually scared. They're really not liking the competition. They're trying to have the monopoly. You know, it is really hard for any new bank to really break into the industry. Everything has been controlled by the same banks for over decades and decades. So this is really what is going on. It is dirty games, as you know. Now, the next article is about the three US financial regulators joining forces against crypto. And this is also in the title of this video. They're really hitting hard. They are going to be regulating even more in the crypto sector. The heads of the three US financial regulators, SEC, CFTC, and the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, this is FinCEN, warning the cryptocurrency industry to abide by banking laws in a joint statement published on Friday. The statement was signed by these three bodies, and the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network Director Kenneth Blanco and the Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton reminded actors in the crypto space that they must tokens, even if they don't call them security tokens, they are still going to be forced to abide by the banking laws. And these are very strict laws, of course. And I mean, on one hand, they can argue that this is regulation in order to help the customers and to protect them, but we all know that the real reason is that they want to prevent the mainstream crypto adoption, and this is really what's behind this act here. Now let's talk about Cryptopia. Cryptopia was hacked a few months ago, and it got a big leak of money, $16 million worth of Ethereum and ERC20 tokens were stolen from Cryptopia. This hack was going on for a few days. They couldn't stop it, and they never really managed to recover since then. It was a breach that was discovered, and it was basically Cryptopia lost access to the wallets of their customers, so they couldn't really prevent it. Part of that too, and some of those were already frozen. But still, that wasn't really the whole hack. The world's leading crypto exchange by volume has frozen these accounts. This is reported, and it is still unknown how the exploit was carried out or by whom, because as you know, with Binance, you don't actually have to have KYC. Not all of the accounts in Binance are registered and verified. So it's very difficult to be identified. This was an investigation carried out by the New Zealand police and international authorities, which is also continuing still. When the hack was discovered by the company, it closed the exchange for trading, and the company then decided to reopen the exchange for trade of only certain crypto assets in March this year. Continued to trade throughout until the date of the liquidation. However, the trade volume were insufficient for the company to meet its debts, and they fell due to it was this. So basically, right now they have decided that they will be selling all of their assets in order to recover at least some of the money of the customers that was stolen. And so this is currently what's going on. Report by 16. I would say 4 is actually not a bad number. If they manage to recover 12 million, that is quite good news. Okay, moving on to the next headline, and this is about Poloniex delisting 6 more coins. As you know, Poloniex is a exchange that since 2017 has been in a very rapid decline. It's an exchange that used to be throughout 2016 and 2017. It was the biggest exchange. Pretty much everyone was trading on it because it had the biggest liquidity, but then it got bought by Circle, and it wasn't really a very good move. They actually ruined that exchange. Everyone moved on to Binance, and Poloniex has been losing volume, and they have been delisting so many coins. At some point, I had tons of coins of that exchange, and I kept seeing, your coins are being delisted, and I had to move them to other exchanges. This is also happening right now. We have Pascal, Steam, Navcoin, Game Credits, Library Credits, and Clams all being delisted, permanently disabled. Already you can't trade them, and you need to remove them from there. You need to move them into your own wallets. And you need to do that by the end of October, or latest by the 15th of November, because by that point even the withdrawals will be permanently disabled. So my advice is go to Polonia as soon as possible and move your coins elsewhere. Seriously, what you need to consider if you don't do that yet is you really need to consider having a hardware wallet, and this is really what I'm doing. Also, because with exchanges, as you see with the hacks and everything, it is not really safe. I'm personally using the Ledger Nano X, and I have a Ledger Nano S as well. These are all wallets that I have covered in my videos. I have videos on my YouTube channel, tutorials on how to set these up. I have a video for the Trezor Model T, which is the latest one. Also, I have videos for the Ledger Nano S and for the Ledger Nano X. Step-by-step guides on how to set it up, how to add your coins in there, and everything that you need to know. Also, I'm doing giveaways. I already did a major giveaway throughout the summer. I was giving away Ledger Nano S, and I will be doing another giveaway of the Ledger Nano S. This is it. There you go. A brand new. You can see that it's still sealed. I don't know if you can see that actually, but it is unopened, brand new Ledger Nano S that I will be giving away very soon. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and you hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I'm posting new videos, because I will be doing this giveaway in a live stream. So it will be someone who is actually watching me live rather than someone who is just catching it on the recorded stream. Right. Also, don't forget that these live streams are only staying on my channel for a few days, 72 hours. And after that, you can find them on my website, which is crypto-corner.com. You can actually see that here in the top scrolling right now. Crypto-corner.com. This is the website where I have a hardware wallet. And if you are working with cryptocurrencies and if you are investing in them or trading them, don't really keep them on the exchanges because they get hacked. Even Binance got hacked, even though Binance is usually quite good with handling these kind of problems. You never know what could happen. Last time they lost something like 4,000 bitcoins, something along those lines, and next time it could be 10,000 or something like that. So it might not be that easy to recover these funds. So don't really be complacent. Don't keep your coins on exchanges for a very long time, even for months. I would say keep them for a week or something while you're trading them. But if like now the market is going down and you're not going to be selling these coins in the next few days or weeks, move them into your ledger or your Trezor or something, or your Keep Key. So this is my advice. Now let's move on to the next article, and this is about the next Bitcoin halving. It is in 211 days, so it's not really that far. It is not really that close either. It's not just a few weeks or anything like that, but it's it's something to think about. Now, many people, and pardon me for my blocked nose, as I explained to you in my previous videos, I did undergo a surgery for, I had some problems with one of my nostrils, and it had to be, something had to be cut in there to allow for air to go in. And unfortunately, right now I'm still recovering, and I'm actually completely blocked. So I'm really speaking nasal here, and it's annoying, and it's actually difficult for me. So I'm gonna try and wrap this up in a few minutes. Right. So everyone, this is gonna be great. Well, I don't think so. I don't think this is going to be the case. First of all, what we've seen in the previous halvings, there is a slight pump going on before the halving, in the weeks and months prior to the halving by the experienced traders. They are really accumulating it prior to that, and they're actually driving the prices up. But just as we get close to the halving, they're dumping it, because they know that most of the people, the inexperienced people, are thinking that at the moment of halving, the prices are gonna shoot up, and they start buying in the last days before the halving. This actually happened with Litecoin just a few months ago. There was the halving of Litecoin, and in the week or 2 weeks before the halving, the prices started going up. They were pushed up, actually. There was manipulation going on, and just 3 or 4 days, or maybe a week before the actual halving occurred, they dumped it. And since then, the price has retraced for 60 or more percent, 70% or something like that. It went to $130 at some point. Or no, maybe it was 126. Yeah. Anyway, so I can see it actually. Currently, Litecoin is at $52. Yeah, definitely not a good price for those who are buying just prior to the halving, thinking that this halving is actually going to pump the price. A very similar scenario is probably going to happen with Bitcoin as well. There will be a certain pump going on in the month or two before the halving, but when we get to the week or 2 weeks before the actual halving, the price is not going to go up anymore, and it's going to start dumping. And after the halving, there will be a period of time where the prices are going to continue going down. This is what I expect. This is also what other people are projecting. Even the own co-founder of Bitmain, Jihan Wu, is sharing my opinion here. He's pointing in an article. Also, he's drawing comparison with Litecoin, and he's also thinking that people who didn't know what to expect are going to be listening to all of these YouTube people, gurus, so to speak, telling them that the prices are going to go up with the halving, and are going to start buying it in the last days before the halving. And this is going to be really bad news for them, because he also expects that a lot of the experienced traders are going to be dumping it. Another reason why this might happen, and this could be bad news, is that several ASIC miners will not be profitable to be used anymore if the prices go any lower. And we are seeing that now the prices are trying to go below the 8,000, possibly even trying to go and test the 6,000 support level. This is really bad news for miners. So we're going to see what's happening. And of course, mining difficulty is not getting any easier, that is also putting pressure on the miners. So not very bright future right now in the short term. Okay, now let's finish this with something a bit more upbeat. Satoshi, the Bitcoin's smallest unit, is now added to Oxford English Dictionary. It's published by the Oxford University Press, and it officially added the word Satoshi to its database. It's been reported. The decision was made as part of the quarterly update this month. The Oxford University Press and the Oxford English Dictionary defines Satoshi as the smallest monetary unit in Bitcoin's digital payment system, equal to 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. I also defined it exactly like this even before they listed it. This was in my crypto jargon series. By the way, make sure that you catch this every Friday. This Friday I'm posting the next episode. And also, for those of you who are finding some of the terms a bit difficult and you don't really know, if you're new to the crypto space and there's a lot of crypto terminology and acronyms that you don't really know what they mean, you can grab a copy of my book. The link is below in the description box. I published a crypto dictionary just a couple of weeks ago, and it's already an Amazon bestseller. So more about that in the Crypto Jargon episode on Friday. So the announcement about the Satoshi being added to the Oxford Dictionary follows the December 2014 update that saw Bitcoin added to the respected resource. It defines Bitcoin as a digital currency in which transactions can be performed without the need of a central bank. In the latest quarterly update, the Oxford Dictionary has also added the word cryptocurrency to its database, reports Yahoo Finance. So this was a report by Yahoo Finance. I think I listed the article in the description box. All right, well, this concludes today's episode of Crypto Corner. Thank you everyone for watching this live, and for those of you who are going to be watching it on the repeat, make sure that you watch it as soon as possible, because it will only stay on this channel for just 72 hours, and after that you will be able to find it on the website here, crypto-corner.com. So if there's any questions, leave them in the comment box below. Of course, I always check comments and I try to respond. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm not going to take any more of your time. The next Crypto Corner episode is going to be next week. It's going to be announced on my social media and here on my YouTube channel as well. So keep an eye. Make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm posting the next video. That's it for me. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Well, thank you for being here. If you learned something today, consider subscribing to this channel, or if you're already subscribed, please hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I'm posting a new video. This is how you can show your support. I'm not asking for donations, so this is really your way to support this channel. Also here you will find links to my social media accounts, so find me on social media and let's get connected.